Hey, welcome back for part nine. Nine already. We're over halfway there of the Tiger Hills Hockey League preview. Tonight, right now, we've got Mark Agnew of the Hartney Blues. Mark, how are you doing this evening?
Doing well. Thanks for having me.
Oh, anytime. Great to chat some hockey. So, how's the off season been for the Blues?
It's been a good off season. Obviously, based on the age and what we're playing here, there's not a lot of hockey going on at the senior level, so we're getting away and enjoying some family time. Lots of kids in our group, so we're I think for the most part, a lot of the guys are dads at this point or soon to be kind of thing. So we're spending lots of time away from the rink and at the ball diamond and camping and going to the lake. So yeah, all the good things that we should be doing here in Manitoba.
I hear you had a trip south of the border at the start of October that was a little disappointing.
That is correct. Yeah, there's a few of us jumped in the truck and went down to watch the Jays in Minneapolis. But as everyone's aware, it wasn't it wasn't the most successful trip for on field, but we had a good time and it was definitely a lot of fun. So just wishing they could have swung the bats a little better and scored a few more runs.
I'm going to make a wager that the Hartney Blues will score more goals in the first game than the Toronto Blue Jays scored runs in 18 innings.
Well, I hope you're right. I mean, I guess we do play Elkhorn, so anything's possible there. But no, yeah, I think we should be able to put a couple on and score a few more.
Let's chat about your opponent on coming up this weekend. Rumor is that there's going to be a bit of turnover there,
Okay. Yeah, no, I'm not fully aware of what they're bringing on the ice this year, but
but it's Elkhorn. It's a Garth Mitchell coach team, and there's a reason they won Manitoba last year.
that is true. I think everyone's quite aware what they're like on the team, what they've done for many years. Obviously, they haven't been a part of the Tiger Hills for a long time, but everyone's aware that they've been a good hockey team, a lot of good guys coming out of that town and community, and I'm sure they're going to have quite a strong team again this year, no matter what the turnover is.
And speaking of strong teams, the Blues were a strong team last year, led by Jesse Linner and yourself. What can we expect from the Hartney this year?
You know what? We're the same team we've been for a long time. We got a good core group of guys that have played together for a long time in Hartney. We enjoy coming to the rink, and that's why we're still playing at, a lot of us are high 30s and 40 and we're still loving it. So we'll be very similar. Obviously, we lost a few of those the boys wing guys that we're lucky to get last year. They're going back, rightfully so, to their team that they're getting going on the ice. So yeah, we'll be in the mix every night. Hopefully, we'll compete hard and hopefully come out on the good side of things more nights than not. But we're going to be a hard team to play against. We're going to have a lot of fun over there and hopefully get a few wins.
Yeah, that seems to be the identity of Hartney. They're going to be hard working and take no shifts off. Even against the powerhouse Boys of Ain team, then I broke into the league. You guys gave them a good run for their money. Well, maybe not their money, but most people's money.
Yeah, no, we that's how we played since we've entered the league as senior players, and honestly, that's how most our guys have played their whole lives. So when we're there, we're there to play hard, play the right way, and make it hard on the guys coming in to play against us. But we've been a pretty solid team for quite a few years here, so hopefully we can continue to roll with some older legs every year. But hopefully we get some wins and have some fun while we're doing it.
One thing that I admired most about Hartney, the fans. Whether they were down 12-1 or ahead 5-2, they've always cheered on their Blues. Can you talk a little bit about the fan support?
Yeah, we're pretty lucky. There's a lot of parents, a lot of grandparents, aunts, uncles, cousins, and brothers and sisters and such that come and support the team. There's no secret in the middle of winter. There's not a lot going on in Hartney, so it's kind of the community event, which is why it's so important to have our team continuing to play out of Hartney every year And like I said earlier, it's a lot of our kids are coming now. I got two daughters that are 9 and 6, and they come to a Blues game and they think I'm either on the Wheat Kings or the Jets. Like, it doesn't matter to them. So it's a lot of fun, and we're still enjoying it, and we're happy to have the fans support us, and we're looking forward to doing it again.
Who are some of the players to watch out for this season?
Well, you named one of the guys earlier. Obviously, Jesse Linner is one of the guys that we're going to lean on heavily again, and he's more than likely going to play along Del Cow. And if you've watched any Blues games in the last few years and see what Del's on the ice, there's not many guys, if any, that I'd take in the league other than him. He's a 200-foot player that makes it hard on the defensive zone, and he's talented offensively. And Moochie, who is Linner, that's his nickname. We call him Mooch, but he's gifted offensively. He's a lot of fun to play with, and certainly the two of those guys together can do some pretty fun things. So we're looking forward to those two guys probably leading us up front, and then it's kind of, other than that, it's by committee. We got a lot of older guys: Tyler Berthley, Nick Cowan, myself, Derek Elliott, Rhett Neville, guys that are we're getting up there in age, but still feel we can play a little bit. So we'll hopefully be back for another good run, and then lean on some of our young guys with younger legs. We got Braden Teetart, who's been around now for a couple of years, and Tanner Ardron. Those kids are pretty good, skilled players, and quite a bit younger than us. So we're hopefully leaning on them for some fresh, strong legs that can get up and down the ice, and But other than that, we're really by committee. We show up and we work hard as a group, and like I said, we're looking forward to it.
We talked about the forward group. Who do you guys have on the back end and goal?
Well, we're pretty pumped. Justin Holder's coming back right out of the gates here. So obviously last year we went through a little bit of a goalie carousel. We went, going into September, we thought we had a few of our guys back with Reed and Bowden, obviously one of our local guys that he's been playing with the Blues for many, many years. Good, solid goaltender, local kid, but had an opportunity to go over to Australia and took it. So we went from, he's been kind of a guy we've leaned on to be there every night. Oh no, he's going across the pond. So we lost him, and then Riley Fazer was another goalie that had some Hartney connections that had played with us for a few years, and he actually moved out to Philadelphia for work opportunity. So we went from having two guys that were pretty solid to last year kind of scrambling, and then Tyler Bateman, another local kid, was able to step in, but he got hurt about 4 periods into the season. So bit of a goalie carousel. We're lucky to get Holds, who his brother played with us back in the day, who's moved down south as well. But we've known Justin through his brother, and then he played some senior ball with us. So we brought him out a few games towards the end of last year, and he's a phenomenal tender. So we're gonna have Holder, Bowden, and Bateman will be kind of the three-headed monster at this point. So we're looking forward to that. Should be a good crew.
You can never have too many good goalies, and it seemed like you guys were snake bit last year.
Yeah, I think 6 goalies started. So there was a couple weeks there where we were literally not knowing who was going to start the day before, but managed our way through it. And like I said, Holder was able to come a little later in the season and then stuck around and played the majority of the last little bit. So he seemed to have a good time. We're fortunate to get him back, and it sounds like he's ready to rock.
What are your expectations for this year, given that it's as I called it, the division of hell, or the division from hell, the division of death?
Yeah, listen, we're hopefully going to be in every night, and like I said, we'll be, we're going to make it hard on teams to come in and play. Do I think that we're going to go undefeated? That's probably not the case, right? So we're going to compete. We're going to be in every night. We're going to make it hard on teams, and hopefully we come on the good side of things. So, our division's going to be good. I think Boissevain sounds like they got a good crew coming back. Deloraine, we played them a million times, so we assume that they're going to be similar to what they have. And Melita is always a tough team to play against. So within that small little division of us, those are 4 pretty even teams, I would say. And then, when you get over to the Elkhorn and the Verdun, probably 2 of the stronger teams, I would assume. So it's going to be tough, but across the league, that's the beauty of it. Other than, really Elkhorn last year, who probably had a lopsided record. There was a heck of a lot of parity throughout the whole league, no matter if you're East and West. So um, didn't hurt my feelings too much to see Killarney go to the East. To be honest, I think they're going to be good as they always are. But yeah, no, it's going to be a lot of fun. The West is going to be strong through and through. I think if you look at every team on there, I don't know what some of the Surus and those teams do have, but Rivers is going to be good again, and like I said, Verdon, Elkhorn. So yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. I anticipate us being right in the you know hopefully in the upside of the mid pack, but we'll be right in the middle and battling every night and hopefully get some more wins and losses.
And even Elkhorn last year, yeah, they only lost once or during the regular season, but they didn't exactly blow teams out of the water every night. A few nights they did.
Yeah.
What do you guys have to do to try to catch up to them?
Honestly, it's impressive what they have on the ice because I think they, for the most part, have everyone is local, either born and raised or work around the area. So they're fortunate that they got a good crew that's committed. I think that's key to senior, right? You have a team that, on paper, 25 guys looks pretty good, but if only 13 show up every night, well, you're not going to be that good. But based on what I've seen in a brief amount of time there with Elkhorn, they got a bunch of good players that seem to be committed group, and that makes it fun. That's, we kind of go back to what I said earlier. Hartney's kind of relied on that throughout our years where we've all committed to play. If we're going to play, let's show up and make it a priority. And so far that's worked in our favor. And hopefully we can do that again. But as far as catching up to Elkhorn, the reality is you need some studs that come up through the ranks and some young kids that are going to replenish the senior system. But, a little bit of reality is Hartney doesn't have as big of a town as lots, if any, in the whole league. So, we don't have that luxury sometimes. So we have, I think last year, honestly, we had one, I shouldn't say that, sorry. David Robertson was an import, and Jesse Linner was and no longer is because he's a committed kid to our team. So he's graduated out of that. So we don't bring in imports. We're not looking for the superstars of the world because honestly, we can't compete with some of the other teams that, whatever they have to offer them. So we're we're happy with our crew. We're happy with where how we've done things over the years, and we're going to continue to put the same kind of teams on the ice where we got guys that want to play in Hartney and that are committed to our team. And like I said, it's, in my 11 or 12 years, whatever it's been, we've been on the better side of the record every year. So hopefully we continue that.
Who do you say is your biggest rival in the league?
I unanimously say I think it'd be Deloraine. Um, you know, these last few years, maybe as the core group has gotten older on both teams, maybe hasn't been as I'd call it wild or whatever, rough and tough. But man, when I first started back, like I said, 10 years ago, there was some serious games there where it was a lot of fun. I mean, it was good hockey. It was fast. It was skilled. We had, good teams on both sides. We had physical players. We had big farm boys that were, leaving it out there. So there was certainly some years there where it was, must watch hockey and big crowds at both arenas. And it always just seemed like we played them in the playoffs, and it was a lot of fun. So I think, yeah, right from day one, just the proximity of Deloraine. It's right down the road. We know all those guys. We played senior ball against a lot of them, and different things throughout the course of our minor hockey career. So I would say that boys or Deloraine for sure would be probably number one on that list. And yeah, it's been a lot of fun playing those guys. So we're looking forward to playing them again and having a good old rivalry down Highway 21.
Yeah, I remember doing that game in the home game for Deloraine against Hartney last season. That
Oh yeah,
was as
yeah,
intense as it got.
yeah. Oh yeah. I think there was. Well, I think I got knocked out of that one, and then there might have been a late goal to tie it and a winning goal in overtime, and then a line brawl and a couple suspensions. So
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, I say it was rough and tough back 10 years ago, but I guess we was a prime example of it last year. So
Yeah, I remember I was going to interview you during the second or first period, And no, Mark's not replying. Mark's not replying. I go down to the dressing room. Hey, is Mark around for an interview? Oh, he left the game.
I think I got a little bonk on the head or something.
Upper body injury, I
Yeah,
think, was
that's
a
right. Yeah,
day to day with an upper body injury.
yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, you bet.
So, how's preparations for the upcoming season? Have you played any preseason games?
No, we're not a preseason team. I kind of laugh about that, but we honestly we got a bunch of guys still in the field, um, or wrapping up harvest. So we're getting out on the ice. We've got on the ice once. A few guys have skated more than once, obviously, but we're gonna skate again tomorrow night. We'll get a couple more in. We don't play this opening weekend. We play the next one, so we got a little bit of time, and that was by design. We gotta get the Cowans done their harvest and get them going for a jog down the little roads there to get it back in shape. But no, we'll be fine. Like I said, we're gonna play Elkhorn. I think we play Elkhorn. What is it? Elkhorn, Verdon. I don't know. We got first three games of the year. They're gonna be tough ones, but that's all right. We'll come out of the gates and get our legs going, and like I said, we'll be fine long term. But yeah, we got to get a few guys wrapped up harvest here before we get fully focused on senior hockey season.
2 o'clock Sunday, October 29th, you guys take on Minnesota Elkhorn
Yeah,
in,
in Hartney.
yeah,
Yeah.
that, I'm going to say that could be a early candidate for game of the year.
Well, we're gonna need a good effort on game one, but yeah, I guess we'll see what Elkhorn brings. You never know, right? Like I said, we got some good goalies that can make some saves, hopefully early on for us, and we'll do our best to hang in there and give them a good run.
Yeah, it looks like it's a tough start to the schedule for you guys. But Gladstone, I just talked to Dale, and they hadn't been, their ice doesn't come in until a few days before their, so the ice could be a game time decision for your game against Gladstone on November 4th.
Yeah, well, I joke with Dale if I saw him this, but their ice is typically kind of a game time decision no matter what. Seems like it's pretty rough and tough. A couple of years ago we went there and I think the Zamboni broke down, and so we weren't even getting scrapes between. But it's all good. That's part of it. Small towns, right? You're like relying on volunteers, and some of the equipment maybe isn't the best and the greatest, but that's okay. It makes it fun.
That's for sure. I'm liking the 2 o'clock starts on a Sunday. If it's a Sunday where I'm off, we might have to come on out.
Yeah, we try and get a few Sundays. We've again we go back to young kids that it's a nice time for them and the families and the wives to come out and they can watch dad play a senior game. So we do a lot of those, and then we typically have like family potlucks after where we get all the families together at the rink and kind of have a family skate. So like I said, I turned 40 this year, so it's not about me playing hockey anymore. It's more about the family and making sure I see my buddies and making sure my family's enjoying it just as much as I am. So it's all part of it.
How many years do you think you have left?
I keep saying one more every year, so I don't know. I said I'd play till I'm 40, and I've turned 40, so we'll see.
Oh, let's
I'll
add another 10 years. Let's play till you're 50.
go year by year. As soon as I become completely irrelevant out there, then I'll probably have to shut her down. But
Well, you
yeah,
definitely haven't done that yet.
couple strides left in the legs. That
No, probably.
yeah.
So, are the potlucks well attended, and could a broadcaster attend if he happens to be in attendance?
Yeah, you just take your media pass, you come right in there. Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
they've been good. They've had a lot of fun over the years. We've done potlucks, we've done steak fries up at the restaurant bar area, and get a lot of the fans and parents and all that stuff. So it's kind of a good way for us to kick off the year and celebrate the end of harvest and start a hockey season and again get our wives and kids all together because that's part of the fun of it too, right? We got Cowboy like Nick's young guys. They're good little hockey players and they're 10, 11 years old. So as crazy as we think it is and sounds, they're not too far away from playing some pretty good hockey, and it's still pretty fun to come watch their dad and their uncle and their cousin, and Mark DeLego comes out whenever he can, whenever the Wheat King schedule lets him. So that's a pretty big draw for the young boys. They get to see the stud come out there and shoot the puck around. So yeah, we have fun with it.
Yeah, the best part of senior hockey for me is the small town hospitality and the interactions with the fans. And
Yeah, exactly. There's been a lot of good ones going back to the Deloraine comment, where there's you hear some funny stories afterwards of their fans and coming at us and our fans going at them, and our fans and their fans getting into it. So yeah, that's part of it, right? Everyone's competitive, and if you can go to the bar and have a beer and laugh it off afterwards, that's what it's all about.
oh yeah, for sure. And I think everybody has
Yeah,
at least one story about an interaction with a fan that they've later gone out and had a few barley pops with. And
that's right. If you can't do that at this stage of the game, then probably need to reevaluate.
yeah, it's senior hockey, and as competitive on the ice is not as important as the camaraderie off of it.
That's right.
And enjoying a few burgers or whatever they choose to eat.
Yep.
Speaking of burgers, where in the Tiger Hills makes the best burger?
Oh. I that would be a tough one for me to answer. I don't get too many burgers after games. More of a barley pop guy, but I'd say our rink has pretty good burgers, so we'll just throw that out there.
I'm gonna have to check that out. I keep on saying to these, putting it out there. I want to see which arena has the best food in the league, and nobody's took me up on that offer.
Well, you know what? I can say this: Rivers, because my daughters played there last year. Uh, they have a local CJ's. I think they run a restaurant down by the campground in the summer months, and then they take over the canteen in the winter. So there you go. That's who's got the best food. Rivers Arena. It's run by a family or whatever company from outside the rink. So it's not volunteers, and they got a pretty good menu and some really good food. So you
And
go give
at a
that a try.
decent and at a reasonable price,
Yeah,
probably.
yeah. It's kind of like restaurant food.
Oh,
So
nice.
it's good.
I in Saskatchewan when I went out there, it was like $7.50 for a rink burger.
Oh yeah,
I can't afford that. I'm just a poor broadcaster.
inflation, eh?
I know. Back in my day, they were only about $4.
That's funny.
Anyway, that's really all I have to say. Is there anything else you'd like to add tonight?
No, I appreciate the chat. Looking forward to the year. We'll see you around a rink or two throughout the course of the season. So thanks for
Absolutely. I think I have Hartney on my schedule a few times this year.
there we go.
Let's just take a look here. We are starting on the 28th, Boys of Ain against Surus, live right here on TL Media. And then the first Hartney game, Friday, December 15th, when you guys travel to Boys of Ain.
Oh yeah, nice.
And
Yeah, that'll be good.
then,
That'll be fun. We had a good time with those fellas from Boys Vein. So looking forward to playing against them. Should have a good time there.
and then December 29th, Hartney at Surus.
Oh, nice. Yep, that sounds great.
And Wednesday, February 7th, Hartney at Moletta. So we've got 3 Hartney games on the schedule. That'll be nice to see you guys.
There you go. Yeah, that's great. Well, we'll look forward to seeing you in the rink and appreciate the chat.
Absolutely. You have a good night and best of luck this year.
Okay, man. Thanks a lot.
You're welcome.
Bye.
Mark Agnew of the Hartney Blues gearing up for another exciting season in front of some of the best fans in the Tiger Hills Hockey League. Anyway, it's getting late. I got to make sure that all 3 of my kids are in bed and take the dogs out for one more time. This is Travis Longman signing off for TL Media. You have a good night. Take care of yourself and each other.